All right, are we live? Are we live? Gotta get it all set up. All right, good, we are live. There we go. There we go. Hello, my friends. It's just so Trish, and this is Mama Chat of December 19th, 2017. And let's talk about being a stay-at-home mom, being just spread so thin on the end. And can there be like a side hustle? Can you fit a side hustle? Because I'm gonna be honest, I'm having this like dilemma going on in my mind as we speak. I was walking outside trying to figure out, how to fit things in when you don't have time to fit things in, you don't have energy to fit things in. How do you change things up? 3 years ago, I did the Dave Ramsey. Before that, I had done another Christian ministry financial counseling, and it made a lot of drastic changes. I will tell you, Dave Ramsey was my hardest to implement. And with the stress that's gone on this last year and being in transition, I'm actually finding in this realm that I'm spending way more than I've ever spent before on a month-to-month basis. So it kind of started really getting out of control about 3 months ago, and it's just snowballing. And it's making me realize, what can I do to change this? So that's what we're going to talk about today. So Crystal's in the house. Good afternoon. Hello, Tanya, my girl. So you thought you might be interested in Christmas with the Vienna Boys Choir. Cool, there's a full concert. That's awesome that YouTube has that. Crystal says it sounds awesome. Tanya says she lives a side hustle. And there's some that do. And it just amazes me. Crystal says I'm not good at that kind of thing. And Stacy G's here. Yay! So if you're here, give me a thumbs up. If you like our conversation today, make sure to share it. And, leave me comments afterwards, after the chance, and let's continue the conversation after this show. So thanks for the thumbs up. So here's the deal. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to give you it all. I'm going to give you all with some numbers. Is about 9 years ago, I came to stay at home, and I just was spending like I was working. I was working part-time, making over $50,000 a year. And so I got really comfortable with a spending budget that allowed, which was just ridiculous. Like even now I look back and it was ridiculous. I had 2 children at the time, going on to a third, and I was habitually blowing $2,400 on groceries and such. There wasn't really any bills that came out of that credit card statement. And my husband's a big time, use a credit card, I want to see where you spend money. He is not a cash envelope fan, which made Dave Ramsey a really hard prospect. Crystal says, I guess I'm not the business minded. I don't know. I'm not, and I will say I'm kind of not. Mayflower Homeschool says hello. Asbury Homestead says howdy doody. Tanya says hello, ladies. Jessica Sellers here. Entrant Apprentice has made it. 6 times blessed is in. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so glad to see you. Part-time equals 50,000. Yes. That is the advantage of having a master's in engineering. I made good money. Now, when I say part-time, I really was working 32 hours a week. I wasn't working 20. I was, just shy. And a lot of times I was pulling 34 hours. So just under that 40-hour mark. But still, if I needed to, it could have been 28. Zap TV says, hi, Trish. Hi, everyone. Thank you. Teacher Geek. Oh, you changed your name. Geek TV is now Teacher Geek. Crystal Connecting Dots says, hi, Trish, I made it before my appointment on the bus. Yay. Good. Hello. Yeah, so I'm going to tell you, there's a lot of advantages to having a wonderful degree. And that degree did allow me to have a great job. I worked part-time, making over $50,000. And so I spent like it. And so with 3 kids, running around and buying what I wanted when I wanted, it was $2,400. And it was crazy. And I really kind of lost focus. And like, that was 10 years ago. And I'm going to tell you, $2,400 was a lot of money. And I was in a group of women with children about the same age with about the same number, and they would tell me how much they were living on. Or, weekly groceries was about 150, 130. And so I challenged myself to only spend $150 a week. And I did a kind of a cash system, and it worked out great. Asbury says, are you still paying on student loans? No. We actually sit on very little debt. We ain't got cash, but we don't have debt. And when we got out of college, between the two of us, and really it was just my husband, he pulled it on the last year and a half, was $10,000. No, it might not have even been $10,000. It might have been $5,000 that we came out of school with. So really not much. We're now today with the abundance of private schools that are offering you, these great loans with extra money, which is always like, I'm like, that's a bait tackle. They're tricking you. Don't take the money. And I've seen people that have come out with a 4-year degree and $600,000. And it's just like, you are probably not going to make that money. It wasn't worth getting that degree and doing that job. I've gotten spoiled this past year with buying homeschool materials. 6 times Blessed says, I have to always have some kind of side hustle, whether I make much money or not. It's something to do outside of the everyday, which helps a bit. I don't know now anymore. I'm just like, doesn't everybody have ADHD? If you like hanging out with me, you probably have ADHD, because don't we all hang together? And not much debt equals good. Yes, I don't have, I have property debt and house debt, but even that's not a lot. That's like very minimal at all. Now, when we build a house, I don't know. Just so you know, talk about cheap. I can't find my 20-ounce bottle. I've refilled this can 3 times because I can't find a cup. Talk about lazy. Anyway, so I challenged myself, and in the course, I dropped our spending to $600 a month, and we did it right before the recession hit. It was crazy. Right before the recession hit, we came out at the end of the year. He lost income, so our yearly amount of money we made went down, and we came out great. And I was able to hold that spending routine for a long time until my husband got out of habit of giving me the money. When he stopped giving me the money and he gave me the credit card to use on things, I lose my ability to handle. Because before I knew I had ADHD, I kind of have a thing where I don't have a concept of time, money, or something else. Time and money, I don't have a concept of. It's just, it doesn't mean anything to me. So what I run into is having the cash and doing the Dave Ramsey envelope system. I was able to keep track, and then I'm way more mindful of how much I'm spending, because when it's gone, it's gone. Where versus trying to keep track of everything requires me to take extra steps every time I do something. And dude, I got ADHD. I just, it ain't happening. And I don't keep track of it. And I know you can get like these apps on your phones and stuff like that. And it hasn't worked. All right. I'm missing a little bit. So Zap came in and she said, today is our last day of homeschool. We're starting Christmas vacation tomorrow. Woohoo! When are you moving, Zap? When are you expecting to head to Texas? Tanya says ADHD gals have to hang together. Did you know, I realized I was thinking about like, hey, I should create like a Facebook page for just our Facebook group for the ADHD homeschool mom. Wow, that's crazy scary. You want to say hi? Hi. Oh, you want to show them? Yeah. That is a Proctoceratops. Eating. What is that one? Velociraptor. Good job. All right. There's your dinosaur lesson for the day. I don't understand why they're so hard to pronounce, those dinosaur ones. So, okay, but not right now, please. So, Tracy says hi. Dream Achiever Pete says hi. Christy Stoley made it with Homeschool Hangout. So Dream Achiever Pete says she loves the envelope system. And for me, I find the envelope system really well. Crystal Van Meter says, I work outside the home a few days a month. Kids are 15 and 12, so they can stay home and do CAT, scan, PRN part-time as needed. It supplements enough. We have rental property we just paid off, getting better. Crystal says she does a cash envelope system as well. Explain your version of side hustle. Side hustle. Okay, so here's what it comes down to. And side hustle can go two ways. It can either be not, a dollar saved is a dollar earned. So can you do a side hustle that you are saving money over spending that amount of money, or are you doing a side hustle that brings the money in? And you kind of have to look at, for your efforts, where are you going to get the best bang? It all takes work. All things are time, money, or energy. It's going to cost you something. So where is that best spent? So if you are wanting to keep the resources of money, then realize you're going to probably be spending time and energy. Oh, baby, you're going to have your own show. If the YouTube system will allow it without demonetizing everything. All right, go. And if you don't have the time or energy, it's going to cost you money. If you don't have the energy, it's going to cost you money. It's going to cost you some form of payment. And I've always felt like payment is in the form of time, money, or energy. And when you don't have one, you got to use the other. Okay, you're going to have to make a film another day. He'll make me crazy. I'll never keep my train of thought if he keeps coming in here. So Barb Walker says, how many weeks pregnant am I? I don't know. How many? Zap says, I think that we're probably leaving mid-January. My dad is going to take me to the airport. Get you stateside, sister. Crystal says, answer your question before you asked Tanya. I don't know. All right. Hey, Breath of Wonder. He just wants to share. I know he wants to share. He just wants to YouTube so bad. He loves making videos. There's something good coming for Christmas. So I'll share that with you after the fact. I don't trust that my kids won't be like, hey, or I might have a visitor that has a problem with this that knows us. So I'm like, I'm going to keep it shush, 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 shush. But, coming up with the side part. So I'll tell you, with the flood and everything that happened, and, we had a lot of stuff to replace this last year with losing a lot of things and then replacing it, and not just replacing with junk, but replacing with quality items that are going to have a duration and not a temporary. Because, with everything feeling so temporary, sometimes the last thing you want to do is feel like your furniture is temporary, if that makes sense. And I have spent this last year really just getting into the convenience, because the time and energy and the mental space has not been there. I've been so stressed. And sadly, I've allowed that to make my 10 years ago maximum spending look like that needs to be my new budget. And yet I'm surpassing that. And that has been hard, and when you walk into the grocery store, I just can't fathom how expensive it is. Today, I spent $50 to show up to go get a set of cookies. Now, I bought 2 tins of cookies, so that was around $5. I bought a dozen donuts. I bought a package of pork chops, 2, now they were large, containers of crackers, and then I bought myself some undies because, I needed some, and it was long past time to get it. $50. $50 blows my mind. It's that much money. And just things don't get as far as it used to. So y'all are saying he's adorable. He is. Oh my goodness. You just wait. I'm waiting to get the video from the neighbor of him at the Christmas play. He went from lamb to ham. He was crazy. He had the whole place cracking up. The director was like, and he was all like on stage to everybody. It was hilarious. It was like nothing fazed him. He just said it expired. Breath of Wonder says, I got a job at Intel in Oregon starting February 5th of February. Compressed work week, trying to figure out if I can still homeschool or not. Yeah, and that's hard because, you know, when you have a pile of kids, like for me, I can't go be dedicated somewhere because it's impossible. A couple of years ago, actually 5-6 years ago, my husband had a great idea I should work. So I put the kids in school and I got a job. Now the recession had hit, so I didn't get a job like I did working part-time. I had to work full-time and I made less. And yes, thank you for hitting those thumbs ups. And so I made less, but I had 2 kids in school. And at the time I only had 4 kids. I had 2 kids in daycare. I had my mom. I had to be up at 4 in the morning. And after about 5 or 6 weeks, one, my husband couldn't just walk out the door that he was used to. So it was adding stress to his day. And then when I did all the calculations, at the end of the week, we only came out $75 ahead. Well, the problem was the stress of the whole thing. I was spending $100 between getting clothes ironed, because he had to have his clothes ironed and, pressed, and mine to be pressed. Because for those that don't know, I work as an engineer. So when I'd work as an engineer. Zap TV says, I'm so desperate to be with my hubby again. Counting down the days. I bet you are. Any ideas for moms? Well, I mean, a side hustle that you don't require being a mom. We just have more obstacles. I was thinking we're going to have to cancel the internet service this month. Started daycare too far into the school year due to the house renovations equals everybody has daycare for school year now. What about, Tanya, what about doing an advertising as a drop-in style, 5 maximum or whatever your max is, and have them pay a registration fee, like a $20 registration fee, and let them know that everything's covered, and like the stay-at-home moms could drop in $20 for the day, or part day, just a 24-hour notice, and if it's not a 24-hour, 48-hour notice for those time slots for the upcoming week, that it's $40 on a, because it's still, they come out ahead, because sometimes it's just like, can I drop my kid off for the next 4 hours so I go grocery shop? Because let me tell you, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Have you tried selling on Amazon and eBay? Have I told you I have ADHD? I'm not allowed to do bills because I can't get them mailed. In fact, I have a box to my sister that's been sitting here for over 2 months now. It's actually 2 months. I've yet to mail. I'm scared. I've done a few Amazon and eBays, but it has to be, with the ADHD, it has to be really short, because I will forget that I'm doing it and not send things out or check that I've sold things. All right, let me see. Geek TVs, or Teacher Geek, sorry, says, I know for me, being a full-time student, I do photography on the side. I also share my journey here on YouTube with getting my special education degree. Yes. Finding daycare that will accept a homeschooler part-time is near impossible. It is, and that's kind of like some of the things I've been doing, because the preschool that Orville's been going to, they have like a 2-day-a-week 2-year-old, but it only goes from 9 to noon. It is not meant for working parents. It's meant for stay-at-home moms, and that right there cost me $250 a month to have her in. But because of our situation, I know she has really good directed play for those 6 hours a week, and in the end, we feel like that's worth it. I sell my homeschool curriculum on eBay. I've tried to sign up with Amazon a few times, but it costs $40 per month. That's crazy. Yeah, you got to be selling a lot of stuff for that. My thing is, I need to figure out how to network better for both my photography and my YouTube channel. Udemy. Go to Udemy and look to see what they have for free. Miss Rhonda J, welcome. I guess my side hustle is trying to save, but this year I paid for all 6 birthdays by selling grown-out clothes, shoes, and toys. Right? Teacher Geeks asking Green Gable if she creates her own curriculum. Ambi says, me too. Green Gable says, laugh out loud, Teacher Geek, no way. Teacher Geek says, okay, Green Gables, I was going to say if you create your own curriculum, you can sell on Teacher Pay Teacher under the homeschool category, which I buy from them too. Registration fee might be an option too. Good thinking. I've suggested I'm available for holiday shopping, babysitting. Got to vow to be more spending mindful. I'm a thrift store addict. Oh, I know. Creative Minds is here. She says, I have educational games on TPT. So that's Herculoo Products. You want to go check her out and support her. So, you know, talking about the spending aspect, then I run into what's my side hustle. So 3 years ago, I kind of laughed at my husband because he was like, why are you wasting your time doing YouTube? I'm like, I'm going to be YouTube superstar. Well, we're 3-4 years in, and yeah. I mean, it's not happening anytime soon. If it's going to happen, you never know if it will or not. But, you know, hey, whatever. We're going to get there. Hey, Kitty Schoolroom. So, that's not happening. I wish it was, but it's not happening. But YouTube some financial on a good month. I think I'm averaging $80-$90 a month, which is really good seeing how I have not been making videos. I've kind of just show up here and do some Google Hangout with y'all because life has been so stressful. Been like a good revenue source, but it took me 2 years to build up. Waiting and catching up because I just seen it glitched. You know, but it took me 2 years of making anything. Another one I like to use is Amazon affiliate links. And two is to make that work, I got to be like this, and my husband feels like, you love your phone more than me. The internet has been acting really wonky lately. My income, I'm not consistent enough. When I was really on a roll last year, and it was really coming together financially, doing YouTube and then with kind of down. Let's see. Hope you're enjoying your school year. School year is the year of accepting our ADHD limitations is really how it's been going. You know, and there's again, I spent a lot of money on curriculum. Good fit, no matter how much I wanted it to happen, it's not working. And then I'm looking at my husband going, I'm going to try and sell parts of it, but a lot of it, like we use the first few lessons. Kitty Schoolroom says, if you made sewing tutorials for kids, I would fall at your feet and call you blessed. In mine, I'll tell you one of the plans I do have. I'm thinking about going on a Patreon style. Says same here. I've had to replace the past year with moving and house issues and having growing our new furnishings according to budget. Yes, including grocery shopping. Being more frugal is hard. So places, and one of them is I can barely make a video. But did you see I made a video of my Weight Watcher week? Huge. Oh, hashtag ADHD. Onion squad. No, I ran into, wait, where was I going? Let me take a moment to chase the squirrels in my mind to remember where I went because I had a whole onion squad moment. I don't know, but I know I have 2 spots that I was going. I don't know what I was going to do. Sorry. Let's just have a moment of ADHD-ness. Where's my keys? What am I doing in here? Anyway, I finally made a video. And the thing is that make videos. Well, I haven't made videos lately, but I have probably 60 in the spool that I have to finish editing. Plus edit for the church play. Plus edit for the 4-H goat program for something else, which I don't really make any money. Teacher Geek says, I did. Thank you so much for sharing that, Trish. It was good to hear how the new Weight Watcher is working and helped me get focused again with my weight loss. And I don't want to be just a weight loss channel. It's good for us, but at the same time, when things get hard, I don't want y'all to be like, what happened to her? Again, like it did last year. I'm throwing way less food away in the fridge and making sure all of the little tidbits of leftovers gets made into another meal, even if this is just me or Danielle for lunch. A lot of curriculum and then bought stuff I've barely used, mostly because I can't put aside time to plan the stuff I piece together. World for next year, I'm not killing myself. I agree, because sometimes I'm like, if I just bought something big, but then I have so many kids. So now I kind of regret when I did BJU. I should have just done BJU, one kid, and waited. Got that kid set up, see if it works. Set up, and then did the next kid. You know what I mean? Like something along those lines, just did that. And I think that would have been a better way than me going all kit and caboodle, but isn't that an ADHD way? Let's just all kit and caboodle, all in. Oh, we don't like it. Great. Says we fenced 900 square feet of yard and are making a garden. Plus bit the bullet and bought a quarter of a cow. That is so exciting. And inventive with recipes when I have to be really careful on what I have on hand. So some of the problems I run into is my husband, bless his heart, is the reuse. He's the hustler of what can we get for free. Into buying, I've heard you can save some major money. Yes. I need to get back on the Weight Watchers. Thanks, Miss Rhonda. I'm loving it. I'm going to tell you, I'm not at the 2-week mark until somewhere around tomorrow because I went to the Wednesday meeting and then I'm following up with doing the Thursday meeting instead. If you saw that video, I didn't really like the first leader. Oh, we're kind of be 2 weeks. Let me tell you, this morning it was like 7 pounds. I'm gone in 2 weeks. I mean, and everybody's like, do keto because you're gonna like drop 10 pounds in a month. It didn't happen. Does my mom not know I'm in Mama Chat? Calling me. What's up with that? So I commend you for making videos. I just quit because I can't find the time. Well, I can't find the time. Okay. Shows and hoping to, and what my hopes are to do a video every Saturday. Just put a video every Saturday out. That. Next year, I'll probably use ACE for my homeschool. Sometimes it's just too much. Tell you, I don't want to share this in the fact of like, come follow me. I don't want to do that. There's no thing or another. I pulled out the Robinson curriculum because every time and pieces I throw at them, it's just too much. 3 hours and I wanted to be productive and I pulled from all these things and it was just a lot of, and the realization in our house is with all the ADHD is powerful in this house. The force is powerful in this home. It's too much and we need more calm down and we need more quiet time and I need more reading. I went ahead and I upgraded my account with Robinson. My big thing of DVDs is I updated it for the $80. It gives me online access so I can just pull the stuff. Now, and then I was so aggravated. I printed this one. Duplex it. So I'm like, whatever. I'm choosing instead of time and binding them, I'm just comb binding them, with this, you see it? That thing right there. I just bind it. I'm doing easy grammar. I've decided to go easy grammar. Simplify the tar out of it. I got them little timers, books, and I'm having them start from the beginning. I'm not trying to place them anywhere because they'll get through it quicker. And I'm moving into that realm. I pulled up a couple of ACE books and bought a couple of ACE books just for my 2 kids, but they got to go back into stacks. And I have it. I don't have to buy it. It's just better. I agree with you, Kitty. Next year, I'll probably use the ACE for my homeschool. Sometimes it's just too much. To do weekly vids next year. A hard time balancing YouTube. I spend a lot of time trying to spread the word and make my channel better, but then I get burned out and lose focus. Well, isn't that just the ADHD mom? We have too much to balance as it is anyways. Because I run into that. And then I'll run into, like, I'm having a hard time. Like, I could do so well doing collabs. I've platformed for a lot of channels that are just taking off. I'm just like, yeah, because I don't have the time to focus in that. I wish I did, but I don't. I'm in survival mode, and so my YouTube channel kind of represents I'm in survival mode. I'm meeting with you twice a week, so I'm putting something on for video content and like an $80 a month revenue. Good. Not much, but I mean, in the end, it is paying the internet bill, so I mean, it's something. Talking about going back to Robinson for your daughter for a while. Yeah, she is like so thrilled. She's so happy right now. My other ones are kind of crying, but this too shall pass. I can finish the year out with it and just find a normalcy. We'll be fine. Yes, I feel the same way. Because of Christmas cookies, candies, etc. I do not want to set myself up for failure, but don't want to do the New Year's weight loss thing. The week after Christmas. Start the week after Christmas. I got a girlfriend. My bestie's gonna do it after Christmas. So please no, actually they're not bothering me because I had gone off sugar and chicken because it's chicken's free now. I eat a lot of vegetables. I mean, like killing the salads, but that goes back into, I was telling you, like my husband's a little cheap on things and he's a hustler and a frugality at the best. I got all these like cruddy freezing my greens, and so I'm throwing out salad constantly. But I eat salad. I mean, I eat bags of salad. I mean, I eat, like, I could just sit and eat it, and really hard. But Weight Watchers has like a little caramel candy bar that's 2 points, because I used to eat the fiber ones, but the fiber ones are 4 points. So I'm like, I ain't eating that, because I mean, no. Eat the caramel candy bar, which is 2 points. It's not very big. It's only this big, but still, it's good. Mud Hustler fangirl. Weight Watcher Mud Hustler fangirl. So I am like all over his recipes. And so most mornings, this morning, I started my day off with like a pile of blueberry pancakes. I didn't even use syrup because the blueberries were sweet enough. And 3 eggs. And that was 3 smart points. I didn't even finish it all. And I didn't even care. I'm like, we're going to count the points. I'm over it. Green Gables, good job. Good girl. Out of there, I'm sure it was needed. I eat that a lot. I'm gonna do a whole video of like and eat under the new freestyle points because it's only 23. I'm typically eating 13 because there's just enough. Let me get back. For extra money, we all could babysit for other people's date nights once a night. No. Babysitting anybody's kids. Sounds like an easy way to make money, but I'm like, with my tiny house, to compulsions. I'm just not gonna lie. Like I understand that that's my limit. I can't do that. Robinson, like AC. Robinson has 3 parts, but I kind of expand one of those parts. And arithmetic. So he has, and it's mostly in the scope of study. He has a like 150 book list that starts from the beginning and it works to more advanced. And then they have a pile of other books. Yes. them, or some of them you can buy them, they're in print. You read, you learn to read, you read these books, and in those books you get your science, you get your history, you get your morals, the whole 9 yards. One on Sax and math books. You could use ACE books. You could use, I mean, you're not like a true, and RCer, but whatever. You do what works for math, and you write. Place that you can handle writing your own. He just says take a paragraph or two from the book you're reading and write that as copy work. So in the beginning, it's maybe 2 hours worth of work, elementary school kid, and then as you finish towards the end of high school, it's about 5 hours. It's 2 hours of math, 2 hours of reading, and an hour in writing. Writing aspect, I've changed it up a little bit. We do 1 page of easy grammar, vocabulary list, and this is the thing I printed, and all I did was one-sided and glue. Kind of nice because it's not that difficult. So I can fit 2 to a laminator, and then I'm going to cut these up. Vocabulary, I have, book has a set of vocabulary words, and so I found these on jnmranch.com, but I doctored them up and photocopied them. So each day, out of the list of 25 words for this one book, words, write them out. But I could do a whole thing how I'm trying. But I mean, remember, I am trying. I don't want to put my kids on Kindles because the ADHD is strong and the force is strong. We'll phase out books. In the past, I printed the books on half size, and this round I'm printing them full size because I'm having some eye coordination issues with some of my kids. Well, one right now, but that they can't keep their eyes going. Yes. Find it. Find the things. So, but I can do a bigger video, but let me get a good weekend. Like, here's what I do. Trish, do you monetize from YouTube on your mama chats? I do. I typically, you get the one commercial in, and then when I remember, I go back and I'll add about 3-4 commercials in later on. Just for anybody who sits back, it gives me a chance to get a little revenue in Augusta, because I was like, I could use some money. So I inserted like 10 minutes. I got kind of chewed out for that one, but I deserved it. Yeah. Robinson works great on a Kindle Paperwhite, no printing required. No, and it's nice. I have a girlfriend that has done nothing but that. Man, we got some crazy people needing to be deleted today. And I'm missing it. At that one, dad abuse. Oh, those are weird ones. Yeah. Thanks for deleting a comment. Yes, yes, yes. Hi, Dylan. And then another one got deleted. Trish, I always thought you'd do well making curriculum review videos for a script. I'm good with not doing that, and that's the other thing is I like doing the Amazon links. Links makes me about $150 a year. Not much. Y'all want to start hitting them Amazon links. I appreciate that. But Amazon doesn't appreciate that. They want you to have like I'm going to tell you right now. Let me just tell you. But while we're talking about it, I've got to tell you something if I can find it. Is the Mac Daddy up? I'll put a link for it afterwards. You see this? This thing is insane. I'm going to show you. There's an app that you download. Hold on. So it comes right off of it. It's a program, and you can literally make copies. Do you see that? Isn't that cool? You just push this, and there you go. Upside down here. And so it's a dyno, so you can totally like print any of them you want. And I got this because Andrea Mills was talking about the one she had, because I was like, how are you making these things? And I know that this can go like much wider than that, so I think I can do wide label. So she was talking about hers. What? I have to check that out. And I found this one to be cheaper. Plug and play. Like, it's just plugged into my computer. Turn it on and off. Here's where you cut it. And then it is so easy because look, chargeable battery here. You can buy all the different cartridges. On a link for that after the show, or maybe I'll find one right now, but I'm not staying. You know, so it's like evidence stuff like that. That's awesome. They don't want you to just keep doing the delivering phone books. That's what got I did. And my husband's very particular about my time. There are interruptions. AHG. What are we talking about? His Rhonda said, when I signed up, I committed to 6 months, so signed up for free. Stick with it if money was right. That's what I did too. I did the 6 months of Weight Watchers because I'm just like, I want to hit lifetime. And you know, I wouldn't mind the side hustle of becoming a Weight Watcher. Really good. I was reading last night the like requirements and stuff. Lifetime. I maintain it, but maybe by next year I could be a Weight Watcher leader. That would be a nice side hustle, and it'd be something I really love doing. And when kind of deal. Hi Trish. Oh, I lost it. About 10 minutes. Was in the doctor's now. Antibiotics. Schoolroom. My sound is terrible. That sheet. Jay, I'll type it in. The end. I'll post it on Facebook. On Facebook, and I'll post it there. Literature program that includes all the basic subjects. You're reading old books, so a lot of these books you can pull offline. You can even find the book list. I'll tell you in my own experience, and I have a couple Robinson videos over it. There's not a lot of Robinson videos. Were rough. I just gave my kid the book list. She didn't really write that often, but she kind of did. But she was anti-math. Her reading level jumped from like on grade level to high school in 1 year. Oh, it works. It's just children to be part of it too, because I know it's going to be great. I really love to start a channel, so I commend that you guys even start things. It's just keeping going. You make the books larger print, track of progress of the pages in each book. Ooh. It'd be really worth it. Because especially if it's not meant for anything else. Because I have the old Nooks that you spent $99 on. It keeps hooking up, and I don't really want to hook up to anything. I want to be able just to plug and download. I'll have to look into that. Agree with curriculum reviews. You do them good. Do good with them. Thanks. Subscription price, what's that? Wait, what are we talking about, Kitty? Are we talking about Robinson? We're talking about, because, you know, I'm a little bit behind. YouTube to make a little extra money, but mostly to be more part of the community here. Videos takes time, no time at all, editing. Because, you know, like I did my Weight Watcher video. I had to edit because when I did it, it'd been so long. 6 minutes was my original video, and I trimmed it to 12. I cut chunks and chunks out, but I've learned over the years about just chunking parts of it because it gets in the way. Have my knowledge, so I've gotten better, but it takes practice. And then with my little hyper chipmunk voice. So in a place that I'd want to just bold out because it was a blog post, I don't bold it out. I just chipmunk my voice because then it catches your attention. But I'm also ADHD, so I'm really highly, hey, get out of your cousin's stuff. I have not mailed yet. I just really have to keep my own attention, so I'm kind of aware of that, and that's why I do the editing that way. But it totally consumes me, everybody. So this is kind of a good process. If you haven't noticed, I moved, and I'll give you a quick preview. Just sitting over there, and that's where I was sitting all the time when you do the video. So this should look super, you know, it's right here. Okay. And then I brought the kids' desk in. There's actually a desk right behind my ticket. So I brought the desk in to doing the Robinson curriculum because it's self-teaching, because it's reading. I just, it will avail time for me. And if I edit, I can make some money. The thing I did was I kind of, because I had enough experience doing YouTubing, some Udemy courses, and I could talk the talk of social media management, especially amongst very novice people, because I learned to design web pages, VHC, which I don't even have the ability to contain the VHC, but yet I have an amazing go with the VHC. And for those that don't know, is the virtual homeschool co-op lab that really doesn't do anything anymore, but it really brought on the scene to bring more homeschoolers into YouTube. I had that experience. Web pages for ones, a full web page, and I did it just to have a portfolio. It's easier to do somebody else's because I don't have to come up with all the information, but they have to still give it to me, which is usually a problem. I worked and will go back to working for come season. Gospel guitarist. He wants to be on YouTube and he wants to have a bigger social media presence to sell more records. I run into, like with him, bless his heart, love him dearly. Understand to be social media savvy, he has to be making himself present. I can only manage what he's giving me, and he's not giving me anything. So it works. You know, it did well. It made me about $100. But I put in 20 hours. But I put 20 hours in when I felt like it, when I made it. Hard because then, you know, he's fixing the season. I'm like, okay, if you want me to work with you, there's new rules, and that means you have to do some more of your own stuff. So, you know, that's another way that I've kind of side hustled. For trouble tracking while reading, have you tried reading strips? I think they sometimes have them at the dollar store, but they don't always stay in the building. A method for that, you know, method in there. In the house, I feel like my messenger has frozen, but I noticed that thing is freezing up. Tell them to get off the internet. I'm obsessing over Andrea lately. It is the bomb. Her brain thinks is just phenomenal. The way she she was a decoder. She was like meant to code, and yet God keeps her at home to decode terms at home. Absolutely adore her. I've gotten to have a few conversations, but she's busy in the time change. Like my girl Shalise and I from Sodbusters, we're like, our date is my noon o'clock, her 9 o'clock. So I'm always like, or no, I'm like, good morning, sunshine. And she's all like, good afternoon. I like catch that right time, especially when you're on different coasts, like to find your time. I'm learning how to be more organized and prepping for homeschooling, Maggie. that's what I kind of did. I took the time. I was trying to print these out and get things ready. My husband was like, what are you doing? I'm like, just give me a minute. But I do kind of like the idea that if I didn't print out the books, that would be so much easier. But it would require readers. But I mean, I could kind of make it happen. I'm going to have to see because I do have 2 tablets at use. We'll have to see. Road made it. Yes. I mean, chunking pieces together. So, like, if I have a really long video that has no, like, general public, they're done. They're checked out. What I do is I pull the pieces, the big pieces, most that will only be 10 minutes because people are going to lose interest. And in the very beginning, they lost interest in me and about now I've got about 3 minutes. For the most part, I've got 3 minutes because that's about my average retention time. 45 seconds to give them what they need to be here. Because if you notice, if you click on a video, in the first 45 seconds, you'll decide if you're going to watch it or not. I want to chunk my videos. In the first 45 seconds, to stick around for and why it's worth your time. It's worth your time to stick here because I'm going to tell you about this. You know, I try to come up with other ways without being like, you need to stick around because this is what I'm going to do, X, Y, and Z. No, it's choppy. Will you go make sure they've turned the internet off in the house and they're not on the internet? Go tell him to get off of that. And I've already told him that he cannot be on it. Bring it here. Somebody was on the Google Chromebook. It's fixing to come down. My girls are watching her most recent homeschool vlog as I'm watching this. It's Chaos and Grace. Hey, love the topic right now. Talk about YouTube and get back into it. So one of the things I'm thinking about doing that I want to roll out by February is I want to start a Patreon account, Learning to Sew. The Thursday sew along account, you're going to get a more concise without all the chatter. We'll have the option to sit back and listen to the chatter as we go, you know, and I'm talking about my day like we're hanging out, but then you're going to get what is it called? You're going to get a condensed version. And then, so I'm thinking about doing that. Then I'm also thinking about prepping out kits. Have all your fabric together and I'll have some variations of it. Say like we did the pillowcase. I have everything cut for you. It's already been washed. It's already been cut. And you can buy that from me. Cost of the fabric retailed. Doing it that way, that would be, but at the same time, it requires a lot of time. I get used to doing it. And then also offer, like, if you subscribe at a higher rate, you know, or you support me at a higher rate, and I'm thinking like $1, $5, something, you know, nothing beyond that. Instructions and save, you know, depending on what you. So those are one of the things I was thinking for a side hustle. I was also thinking getting ready for next year for homeschool season is putting together a separate Patreon account for teaching kids to sew. Very homeschool, non-gender community. Information if you wanted to turn it into a class credit. You know, both ones I'm thinking about that you would submit what you made for the last 30 days. And I can piece all those video clips together and we could do a show and tell of what we made. Get into more detail and kind of more one-on-one of maintaining machines, but just for beginners. About starting beginners. So that's one of my side hustles I've been kind of thinking about. It takes time. So, and to be honest, my sewing videos and my sew-alongs are not getting huge traction. But you know, my first goal would probably just a month. I don't know if that would be hard or not, but that would be a goal. And I feel like it could grow, and I feel like it could, move into, especially with my kids, they are the backbone of my sewing. And I sew a lot just to teach them to sew, because for me, I feel like sewing is a necessity, power tool that should be in every home. Hammer and nails, but you're going to have a drill. Just like you have a drill, you should have a drill in your repertoire of home tools. You should have a sewing machine, because and the practicality and the ability to create that power to my generation that missed it, and younger and older. And I want to give that power to the kids because of home ec, as a home ec alternative that is a live breathing person that you have contact with. Very good. And at the same time, be a my kids can be an active part in it. It's something that a company could be their legacy, not mine. If that makes sense, it would be a good way to go. Hope, or I look for. Few many awesome. It says there's a new generation of e-ink readers coming out now that look great. You can write on them and they're very big and thin. Ooh, I'll have to look into that. I missed how much time your video length is. I try to keep mine between 10 and 12 minutes at the most. If you're starting out and you look at your analytics and your analytics show in the your average checkout time, like your peak, and then it drops first 45 seconds, then there's no reason to make a video longer than 2 minutes. Goal is really concise until people get really used to you. Oh, like I'm sure you guys have like, oh, there's Trish. Let's see what Trish has got going on. You know me well enough that you're like, I'll totally hang in here. She'll get there. So you can have like about a 3-minute as your average retention time than 5-minute video. There's no benefit. In fact, it's going to be a detriment if you're making 15, 16 and only 45 seconds is being, because they're going to show, YouTube's going to say you can't even maintain a 10% of your view time. Video is only 4 minutes and they're checking out at a minute, then you maintain 25% view time and they'll promote you. So that's just something to think about. More is not better when you're starting off. I made that mistake, and I think that's why I had a longer. Crystal says, well, where'd you go, Crystal? Crystal says, wow, I can't believe you finally decided to switch back to the curriculum, but staying of your current choices. Let me know with ACE again. Well, and I'm only using ACE for, I'm not going back to ACE. I'm going to make them suck it up in Saxon just so I don't have to keep buying them. The sewing kit ideas, could you make enough to cover the cost and shipping? Yes, because I'm thrifty. The retail value may be a $12 fabric. In the end, I might have only bought it for $7, but I'm going to still sell it to you as a $12 fabric, even because I did the work and got the benefit. So I'm going to kind of work on it that way. Like I'm going to buy, put it together, and then I might do retail plus 20% for like my effort. So, it's one of those things, like you're paying for convenience. You're not really paying for the fabric. You're not getting a deal on the fabric. You're getting a deal on the convenience. And what I'm selling is energy by you paying, because it goes back to those 3 things. It's time, money, or energy. So I'm going to use my time and energy. You're going to spend your money. So, it's a fair trade-off. It is a fair trade-off. It's not like, oh, I could go buy that on my own. If you're on that aspect, then I'm not really providing you the service that I want to provide you. I want to provide a service of, I didn't have to think about this. I can make a product. Yes, I spent more than if I would have done it this way, but this is how I'm going to learn. Are there any sewing kits on a monthly subscription rate out there? Kits. Oh, popular now, right? They are pretty cool. That would be cool if I could put something together. I always talk to my mom because my mom is an awesome buyer. She could totally be doing a subscription. Stress mode too with her ADHD, because I swear I got mine from her. It would be, yeah, plus a sewing video tutorial would be a great combo. And that's what I was thinking about, and I hate to, because hopefully, nobody takes my idea, but whatever, more the better. Like that at homeschool convention, video on DVD. Here's the options. Now grab your fabric kit. And you can buy it with a fabric kit, and do it that way. Crystal says, I saw an old singer at the Goodwill. I was a total newbie. Is it better to buy cheap or modern? Easier to learn on. Machines that are super, super cheap are going to be nothing and they're going to just do nothing but make your time, and you're not going to be as productive. Older machines, 3 machines for $25. Fantastic machines. But for a newbie to get a handle of, they could be, but it means that you really need to be more physically in contact with somebody to get you moving through it. I'm working on is I was always buying old machines for the kids, but they're not able to maintain them like they need to maintain them to maintain their ADHD interest. Last year I bought her a machine. I bought her the Singer for $77. I was in total shock how awesome it was. Best deal I ever came across. That they would be on sale again this year. They weren't. $150 to get the same machine. I'll tell you, I just bought Green Gables, man. You are like, I gotta get a hold of you later because you are like, you and Geek TV. So I just bought a machine for my daughter for Christmas, and it's a travel singer. It's really, really cute. I'm hoping that, and I bought it for a twofold. One, I want something that's really, here. What a good deal I would do is it would be travel, it'd be easy to go and do places. It should meet her minimum needs. Or she should get a secondary machine, and this one's always going to be good, and it's cute, it's blue, but I look forward to also spending time with that machine, and really because I think it is machine, but it should hold up. Metal inside, but just totally modern on the outside. You can take it wherever you go, so it's not like so heavy that it needs to be that is a permanent place. You don't want to travel with it. The machine gives you a lot of benefits, especially as a beginner. So I've been working on that. Post all these links that I talk about today. I'll post them over on Facebook, and I'll post them back here. I want to be able to give that recommendation of like, here's a really good machine to start off with. But I want to be, I have experience with, not like, oh, I found this one at Amazon. I'm not doing you any favors. Most new sewing machines have a top speed regulator, so you can make it not go so fast even with the pedal to the floor. It is helpful but not necessary, but it is if you're dealing with kids, because they are pedal to the floor people, and I like it when they're pedal to the floor like and the things like going, so it always cracks me up. I did the same thing when my videos between 10 to 15 minutes, they do much better. Friend of mine says, yes, bring VHC back. I know. I had like a whole thing going. I had partners coming in with me to really bring back VHC, and then the hurricane hit, and I was just like, I just couldn't do it. Tanya says, buy discount fabric, sell at whole cost. That's the way to go, and how we do things here. Oh. A lot of bit of crafts back in the day. And that's it too, is I don't want to make crafts. Sell it at a craft show because that's just too much work. I don't mind doing like special order pieces, pieces as long as they're willing to pay for it. You know, I don't have time. I'd rather sell a product that I make one time that shows you how to do what to do. If I got to cut some fabric and make a kit, that's fine. Over again. You know, so I'm not recreating, and then I can go and create another thing and another thing, you know, and so like your product line would expand. I don't know how to fix them walking off. Sorry. Yeah, the things, right? The sewing kit and tutorial video, I think homeschoolers would be big buyers, especially for beginner sewing kits. Well, and that's what I was thinking too, is like, but still doing the Patreon community. To subscribe, I will end up building a website that here's all my product line. If you wanted to really get a feel where you have personal interaction with me or the schoolers on the homeschool level, that will, you know, provide that community, provide that interaction, so you're not feeling like you're on your own trying to figure it out. Just jumping on, glad I'm on Mom and Chat while the boys are playing at the park. Hey, Dawn, that's awesome. Tanya says, dear so-and-so who keeps getting deleted. Any of that, everybody here has things completely under control. Tanya, thank you, but no thank you. We're not into that. Alicia. Stop hearting me on the VHC. Seriously. No, I'll figure it out. It will come back. Talking about all those are money-making side hustles, which is fantastic. I'd step on this one. Stop spending all the money. It'd be like making, okay, seriously. And the money, it'd be like making $1,000 a month. That's not stopping all spending money. That's just stopping like what I, like just if I started there, that's $1,000 a month. I'm overspending. Stress the whole 9 yards. So I keep toying with the idea. I need to get a garden in, and I haven't had a garden since we flooded. Trying to get that together, and I really kind of messed myself up. I did a back to Eden garden that ended up being too much work, like it should in Florida. You have to use compost. You can't use wood chips. Compost. That's just how it is. Tanya says, yeah, I didn't make money on the crafts, just enjoyed sharing with friends who'd enjoy them. Right. You know, and that's just it. And teaching classes that teach you how to make things to sell at craft shows. We're doing AC for math, English, and word building, but switching up to social studies and science. What I was looking for my boys, right? And then I ran into the English too fast. They cover some pretty complex stuff pretty quickly as you get going. That's when I moved over to Easy Grammar. I need to get a garden in, and I need to increase my chicken flock. I want to get a pig, put a dang steer out there. I mean, like my meat, number one, my meat is just, I want to buy meat. So one of the things we're doing is the kids have the land projects. Once the land projects are done, are going to Cornish crosses. I think I'm going to order about 24 chicks, 4 chicks, so that we can butcher them and put them in the freezer. It's kind of touch and go whether it's going to be cost effective. If I can get it at 99 cents a pound, it's worth it, because I've been wanting to buy whole fryers, but it's like $1 a pound full of fluid stuff that's just like, no, that's not good. But I saw her talking about hers, and that's on my homeschool wish list. Tanya says, Trish, I bought this house as a side hustle itself. It's 1.25 acres just over the town border into the country, large backyard that I want to plant a garden in. And like for Florida, I have to be on it in about 40 days. I got 40 days, and then like I missed it. I got to get on it. Start making money. I've owned a monogramming company since 2010 and still haven't made money on it. Invested. And that's kind of what happened like with my YouTube money. New cameras, new, you know, just up in the game. Like, let me show you this. But hey, that doesn't work because the Logitech is in use, so it's not going to show up. Yeah, and I've even thought about like having a nice monogram. And then I had some ideas and I came out with it first. I did it first in my town, and I had the big dark tumbler, metal tumblers, and I had my mom put the monograms from the Cricut. Everybody started doing it. I didn't have time to do it, so it doesn't even matter. So my thoughts are, I've got to get a garden, and I really want to work towards building an orchard. Oranges, Cattleya guavas, to the point I could do a produce stand, or I even have a place I could sell my stuff off. For the delay in responding reader, really worth the money, and I'm happy with the investment for my children. Books or printing, like I'm fixing to kill this thing, and I'm like, just I'm killing the drum. I got to replace the drum on it. Tanya says, but Trish, you did make lasting wonderful friends like us. Of course. Wait a minute. So let me write the paperweight. Watch others. And I realized, like, if I really wanted to, I could really work with doing more monetization and more like stuff out there constantly on the Just So Trish forum, on Facebook and stuff like that. I could do that, and I could probably bring in more money being, a social media person. It becomes very touchy for me because I'm just like hustling. Means I have to be genuine to who I am and not a hustler. And I just don't want to be a hustler. On that aspect, I'm like, okay, I don't want to be a hustler. Like, is this really good, or is she just hustling us to buy off her link? I don't want to be that. And again, here I am, and where I'm making the money I can make through social media, I don't have. It doesn't make a lot of money, and I've taken a lot of time to get here to do that. I was making a video every day. Some of those videos still don't have 70 views. When I'll have to edit it and release it, it's kind of funny. 3 years before I started YouTubing, I tried to make it, and then I felt like I was ridiculous. So then I just was like, YouTube videos. I've spent 12 plus hours before editing a 5-minute video. Yeah. And I mean, it literally can take a full day, and then you may or may not, because not only is it the video, it's your description, it's your keywords. Did you do this? Did you do that? It's that you're just like with this stuff. Trying to find like a basics to get to where I need to be. If any of y'all came in hoping for like, Trish is going to tell us how to side hustle, actually, like have that answer. Making YouTube videos is not my jam. Oh, Green Gables. And sometimes it's not. There's like certain things that's, you know what? I blogged for many years, and guess what I found out? My jam. Camera. I'm more of a camera person. I have that personality. And I'm great. So I typed my stuff in the blog. You just didn't get me. It's like filtered version of me getting it on page, in words. For me and my personality is very much video podcast, but the video, you would be lost with my squirrels. But I've thought about it. I thought about doing podcasts, but I feel like in the podcast, you better like keep it to 20 minutes. Really have a place you're going with it. And Trish, thing, and then Trish forgot what we were even talking about. Why she's been talking for an hour. If I could be in a place that get out and be around more people. And that's just it. I can't dedicate myself to things because I got 6 kids. Sick, we're done. That was even like if I went and worked at the school. where, because it was actually going to cost me money at the end of the year, and it probably would have made me crazy. So, and that's the realization when you have little kids. And if you keep having little kids, you're kind of like, save money. Let's see. Did get monetized with YouTube. Took 10,000 views to get there. Yep. Is it crazy that I'm cooking and my son is doing his homework while I'm listening to Trish? Use that. Enjoying your live stuff. Thank you. Well, oh, Lori, by the way, so I'm on my second batch of kombucha. I totally missed the date it was done. So I'm on my second batch of vinegar. Oh, with it. And then it's like, oh, it's time, but I don't have any bottles ready. I'll just wait. I'll do that later. I'm not sure if kombucha goes well with ADHD. I would love to get more subscribers, but not at the expense of not being authentic. Right. And you gotta, you know, when I was making videos every day, 5, 6 in the morning was something to tell the world. Anything to tell the world. Or it, you know, the next day, because I don't just jump to go do it. Again. I know that I'll get back on it when I'll get back to it. When I have something that I can't help, videos on it. Homeschool videos are a labor of love, trying to help others. You don't do it for the money, right? You don't. Kitty says, just drove by Weight Watchers by my house. Is it a sign? Girlie, it's a sign. I'll have a video out probably Thursday or Friday, keeping my points down while still having ice cream. Goodness, y'all are getting chatty. See, it's okay. Okay, so it's okay on my, I can just add more sweet tea to it. That's what I have to do. I'll have to over sweeten it so it can have more time before it eats up all the sugar. You made it. I just took a call center job at home as a side hustle, answering calls for Weight Watchers. No way. That is so cool. I might talk to you one time I call. I would love to do that to some. And that's the other part too, is when you're homeschooling, it's like, where do you find that moment of time? I'll tell you how much forgiving kombucha is. I'm in Skype. That too. I just gotta make sure I have the time. I'll be saying goodbye to my YouTube channel soon because they shut down my monetization option for more than 2 years now in second. Full. See, Tanya says, me too, dream. To finish other unfinished projects like finishing my book. About the Weight Watchers sign. So much Weight Watchers. It's been kind of cool because even remember, like I'll show you just in next week. So it's starting to go back down again. 7 pounds, 7 pounds, 2 weeks. Lots of chicken and all that. It's just sitting on the counter for months, and it was vinegar. All I did was take off half the vinegar and replace that amount with sweet tea. I'm back in business again. I might be doing that. I was thinking about building a porch off the back of the little tiny mobile home. Because yeah, we're not closing in 2 weeks. Imagine that. Our house will not be sold. But I put a porch. I can move the washer and dryer on the porch. I have my washer and dryer outside. That place for pantry storage, which would be amazing for me. Do this and do that, and I'd have more room to do that. And I think I'll pull the cabinets out. I'm just scared once I get started in that mobile home, I'll be doing like a lot of stuff in that mobile home to make it get better. I don't know. Then I'm back into like, we should just build a house, and I'll be in that mobile home for 1 more year. 1 more year. I should get a pig. But you got to be careful with pigs. They tend to eat a lot. And so it's hard because you process it yourself. It's going to be about the same price as if you went to the store to buy it. Figure it out. I got some roosters to sell and built. But like I'm here on with you, and I'm going to have to get off in 10. And then in 2 hours, we have a 4-H thing to go to. Gone. And then Wednesday, somebody show them how to use a Cricut tomorrow. And then church, the ugly sweater competition. I'll Instagram that one. And then Thursday, I have sew along. And then I got to make sure, let's see, what's the, because next week is Christmas. What? I'm gonna chat the day after Christmas. We can talk about what we ate and feel fat and, you know, happy and talk about all kinds of crazy stuff. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, YouTube's been doing lots of weird stuff lately. After I'm done. Yes. So any improvements I do is just going to improve the quality of printing it. Another day. Oh. Just told me I need to take my kiddos off dairy. She's already off gluten, so restrictive. Got a girl, I mean, like, we're invited to go to like extended families like Christmas. I'm like, listen, my kid can't eat corn, rice, beans, potatoes. What else? I don't even know what else. I'm like, I don't want her to like just be drooling over the desserts and she can't have any. We'll just not partake because I don't want my kid to feel deprived. We're good. Lost my spot. It's not cost effective unless you grow your own food, right? It's like having that balance. We used to do it as kids. But if you can buy bulk grain, then you're better. And there's a bulk supplier about an hour from here. So investment if I can do the bulk. Agents like the pillowcases. I haven't heard from the one, but the other one is just like, oh my goodness, I love them. And then I got to get pillowcases done for the preschool by Thursday morning. My one has 2 teachers. And even thought, though I love doing what I'm doing, it's been time consuming, plus I'm moving. So yeah, I hit that point too. And then I realized I have not quit YouTubing and why I went live show. I miss you guys so much. I just miss you guys. Crazy miss you guys. My world becomes so small. It is genuinely small and I should be content with that. But when I YouTube and I have you guys and I have you guys leaving me comments and thumbs up and the whole 9 yards, makes my little world feel complete. I'll do the heart, green shirt, whatever. Complete. So that's why I continue to YouTube. That's why, like, we're gonna be together. I'll be YouTubing from my bed. You know, whatever, something else, you know, from my nursing home bed. We'll be like, remember the good old days? A book that's going to be a homeschooling guide completely in Spanish, even can find it soon. I know, and I've had ideas, like there's some stuff I'd like to do, but there's just not enough time to do it. And I'm just like, well, maybe it's not the season. A lot of homeschool videos. Raising the food for animals is the okay. My son is celiac. I understand. My oldest daughter is lactose intolerant, and we are sugar-free. Our menu plans are insane. Have you found that it makes you spend more money? Yeah, next week we should talk about what to do with all the junk after the Christmas bliss and what Christmas bliss showed up as junk next week. Move into my first house though over the summer. Okay. Sugar, no dyes, low carbs. It's rough. My social life feels enhanced. Oh, I lost it. By your videos. Thanks. Because my social life feels advanced when y'all leave me comments. To feel better very soon. Digestive issues are worse. She's feeling fantastic. I cannot believe the difference every day. She's just a whole new kid. to say goodbye after Mama Chat. I feel the same way, Trish, about all you girls. I do. I make, it feels like I have a friend with me, keeping me company while I work in the kitchen. The only difference is I'm here hanging out. Y'all are getting laundry, dishes done. I should be getting dishes done. Maybe I should come back and just listen to my own videos. I feel like I got to live on your side. I keep losing my spot. Love you guys. Ha ha ha. Onion bed stream squad. Onion squad at the nursing home. Thank you. It's been better, I think. I need to start eating healthy again. I have no energy. My hair is falling out. Not enough protein. That's what one of the ladies at the meeting told me. Like, you know, I was doing old Weight Watchers and I didn't really eat a lot of protein because I didn't want to waste my points on it. And my hair was falling out. My protein, my hair stopped falling out. I'm really having amazing results. And I was just like, it's not the kids. You have something here. It's not the kids. Okay, I'll eat the protein. Yes, diet restrictions cost you more money. Our body won't produce enzymes to break down sugar in our intestines. Taking a child to a dinner and not being able to eat. Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, Aisha. And that was Heidi that said that. Please pray for me and my youngest. We've been sick. Oh, we've been sick too. Not good. I agree too, because Zap, even if you're not getting, go on Udemy and take a little course on, I mean, there's probably a free one. Words. It'll be a huge difference. Going to get together again. I miss those. From a lack of asking. I'm hoping, I'm trying, we're gonna wait till after the new year. We're gonna check things out. And once a month I can get her to come on in. I'm hoping I can get her to come in, and she's like, let me see, you know, I'm telling her like Weight Watchers. I'm like, come on. Her to come. Tested for the disease is called glycose storage zone, and they are being tested for more serious diseases. Zap says, yeah, thanks. Putting this book in God's hand, I hope it will be a blessing for others. Do you have someone else that would be a good Mama Chat sidekick? Can you put the link here, Trish, of that channel? Oh, of Udemy? EMY is a website. It's udemy.com. I don't know what is up. This is so behind. Forgive me, you guys. I don't know what's going on. It just like showed me a video from a while back. You know, it's hard to load down on it because this is really hard for me. ADHD, it has to be somebody that's really fast on my toes. Conversation that I will have with them will be pretty much like me, like, so having Tangi's one of those like just really dynamics. I do really each other right. So you think you're a good candidate for Mama Chat tag-ins? Email and we will talk and we will see what's going on. But I will tell you I'm picky because the last thing I want to do is get on there and showcase you and me like check out. It's hard for me not to check out, especially lately with the stress. It's so hard. You have a colonoscopy to get diagnosed. Wow. Been getting Six Sigma training there. Trish, when you said it, I understood. It's I don't speak proper Puerto Rican. I just don't. Or yes, go to Udemy on a lot of my stuff. I did Ed2Go for website training, which I needed that hand holding, but I didn't like the fact that I had to wait for a term and then you get a class on a certain day. That drove me nuts. Get into it. But Udemy, I tend to not make the time so that's how it is. It is 3:30. We're an hour and 30 minutes in, and I've got to go. My eyes are starting to roll in the back of my head. I'm tired, and I have to have my kids to a tonight with two kids that are going to fight me the whole time. Emmy is an amazing patient online to go. Spanish, health, video creation, and in fact, you could build courses for it. I love you all very dearly. I'm going to close this in prayer. I am not taking prayer requests because, oh, do you like the hair? It's getting better. And did I not look like a knockout? Self look like a knockout Friday night at the Christmas party. Not often. You can find a class there. Yes, it's incredible. I love that. I love Udemy. But I could even like affiliate with Udemy, but that's just too much work. Udemy's good stuff. Okay. Love the fancy Christmas party dress up on Instagram. If you all didn't see, yeah, I hadn't even answered any of them because I got busy and then the ADHD. I'd go back and be like, I looked really good, but I'm trying to grow it out so it does this thing like this, so it'll be kind of a whatever. That's growing here. I'm already looking forward to Thursday sewing time. You are a blessing to so many mamas that need to know that they're not alone. Your videos offer so much reality. You are not alone. I am a one big hot mess pit stop of life every day. I know I was thinking like the ADHD homeschool mom group because it'd be just nice to know that I'm not the only one. And then people who don't have ADHD are just not understanding, like, why did you switch curriculums again? Or like I have to make so many apologize for my own whatever adjustments. All right. Thank you, Tanya. You're always so sweet. Thank you for this time that you brought us together. Lord, we talked about some health issues today, and those that are suffering and those that have children that are suffering, Lord. And I just hope that understanding and clarifications and clarity, those that are suffering, to those that are caregivers, and to the physicians that treat them, Lord. We come here and we talk about a side hustle. Is it, chasing after making a little more income, chasing after saving money? But when we chase after you, you bring everything into balance, Lord, to be where it needs to be. Lord, there's a lot of things that come forth. Whatever it is that we do, whether chasing to make a little extra money or chasing to save it, wasteful. And we're not putting places that we don't need to put effort in during the precious time you've given us with our little ones. It's so easy, especially in this mode, that it becomes very mundane and very long, the long drawn out part of ones. But the days are long, but the years are fast, dear Lord, and let our hearts be content. Not forever, and there'll be a time that comes, and let us make the negotiations that we need to make, the negotiations for the moment, detriment to the relationships that we have with our kids, and let us not lose perspective of our goals and raising them as we are making the day-to-day happen. The blessings of all of us coming together and having just an amazing group of women that never have had the blessings to meet each other and feel like we're with old friends. Above and beyond, that you allow me to be the host with them each and every week. Lord, you've been abundantly blessed to me. you very much. Lord, be with each and every one of those, and let us not forget the reason why we celebrate, and that is the fulfillment of a promise that is coming, and that's the birth of your Son. Washed away our sins, and without him there is no hope, Lord. This isn't the big celebration. I have a lot of fun with Christmas and a little tiny baby that you are going to make king. But for me, it's Easter, because in the Easter is the celebration of that fulfillment, Lord. And I thank you for being so mindful to bring us the message. I pray. Amen. PhD growing up, but that way. No, I definitely had it growing up. When I started reading all the things, I was like, that was my life. There, Mama. Thanks, Aisha. Green thumbs. Yes, please do. Amen. Amen. Thank you all so much. I will talk to you later. I'm done with this. Don't forget to share it. I totally appreciate it if you share my videos and get the word out. Come back and leave comments. And if you have, this is a great video, just say, hey, I talk about these things on my channel if you ever want to stop by. So people coming through to go check you out. Later. Peace out. Merry Christmas, you guys.